Hello guys, welcome back to another one on Chugdi Football TV. Back with another one on Chugdi Football TV. Today, I'm going to be talking about Morgan Gibbs-White for Nottingham Forest. Morgan Gibbs-White, mate. Dude was incredible yesterday. So, for those of you living under a rock, Nottingham played Brentford yesterday, and the game ended in a 3-1 win. In favor of Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest had an incredible game. That was, for me, aside from the Manchester United Arsenal game, which was the pinnacle of the weekend, right? And which was like a Super Sunday game. I was looking forward to the a couple other games I was looking forward to be fair. I was looking forward to the Crystal Palace Chelsea, and I was also definitely looking forward to the Brentford versus Nottingham Forest, because these two clubs might not be big clubs per se when it comes to name, but they are, I call clubs like this the dark horses, right, of the Premier League. Like Brentford, these clubs are Crystal Palace, Brentford, Nottingham Forest. These clubs that are bound to give any top team problems, whether you are in the top 4, below the top 4. These teams, I call them mid-level teams, right? They are problematic teams. They are those teams that can bust your bubble, right? So the game was very interesting and very action-packed. With to be fair, I didn't watch the game, but I watched the highlights. And I just wanted to highlight Morgan Gibbs-White, hence why I'm doing this particular video, this player profile for Morgan Gibbs-White. I feel like because of the English team, how the English team is, and when I say the English team, I'm talking about the national team. A lot of players want to make it to the World Cup, to the World Cup squad. They want to make it into the World Cup squad for the World Cup next year. So this year, players are going to be playing like their life depends on it. And it's going to be, England has the pick of the litter. They have a lot of players to pick from defenders to DMs, to midfield, to center attacking midfielders, to wingers, to strikers. They are spoiled for choice. And one thing I want to see coaches do is reward players for playing well, irrespective of the clubs you play for. You don't, obviously, when you play for a top club, and now I'm talking about the Premier League, you play for a top club, obviously you get more exposure if you perform well. If you're playing for the Liverpools, the Arsenals, Chelsea, Manchester United, these big clubs, if you perform, you get more exposure because of these clubs just give you exposure just by being who they are, right? But I also want coaches to also look at the small clubs and the mid-level teams. Like if you are performing well, you deserve to be called in or given a look in the squad. Point blank. And I just want to single out Morgan Gibbs-White, who was incredible yesterday against Brentford. I think he got the man of the match, and here right now I'm looking at his stats for yesterday's game. When it came to assists, he was first. Chances created, he created 3 chances, he was first. Passes in the final third, he had 31 passes in the final third, he was first. Touches in the opposition box, he had 5, he was second in the in match rank. Shots on target, he had 3 shots on target. He was in the match ranking, he was first. So when it comes to ranking, out of 5, he had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4. He was in the first in 4, and was the second in just 1. So he had an incredible game yesterday. The way he was dropping in to collect the ball, his dribbling, his assists, as you can see, the chances created, his touches in the opposition box. He was an issue yesterday for Brentford defenders. He was a problem. And he was playing with this. This spirit I haven't seen in a long time. Like when, he was playing like a maverick. That's how I describe it. He was playing like a maverick, like those players, those, you know, when you were a child and you were just having a kick about in the park with your friends and there was no pressure. You're playing for fun. You know, you're known as one of the best players, and you just have one of those days. Everything is just going right for you. And that was what it was for Morgan Gibbs-White yesterday. And another player I want to, you know, give a big shout out to is Chris Wood. Chris Wood of Nottingham Forest. He has been incredible. He has been incredible. He scored 2 goals yesterday. You know, currently he's the, okay, him and Semenyo, they'll be, you know, because Semenyo had 2 goals as well. So they're probably, it's only 1 game, but you know, they are probably the highest goal scorers in the league at the moment. Chris Wood was, you know, incredible last season. His stats, they had 23 goal contributions out in 30 games last season. No, 23 goal contributions in 36 games last season. So he had 20 goals and 3 assists in 36 games last season, which is incredible. Which is incredible for a mid-team player. Because if it were somebody like Haaland that had a stats like, I mean, Haaland is a one of one, right? But what I'm trying to say, if it was Haaland, Salah that had this type of goal contribution in a whole season, you would term it as an incredible season. And this is a player in the mid-level of the Premier League, you know, having stats like this. So big ups to Chris Wood. He had 2 goals. He scored 2 goals yesterday. One in the 5th minute from a corner kick, and one a through ball in the 47th minute. Just, you know, it was 45 plus 2 just before the halftime. He scored another incredible one-on-one. Nice through ball, I think, from Morgan Gibbs-White as well, and he you know, dribbled the keeper to slot the goal in. And by the 42nd minute, Nottingham Forest scored another goal by a player called Ndoye, who made a 35 million pound move from Bologna this transfer window. Made a 35 million pound move from Bologna to Nottingham Forest, and you know, he had a very, very good goal as well, an assist by Morgan Gibbs-White. My bad. Chris Wood's assist wasn't by Morgan Gibbs-White. It was Ndoye's assist that was by Morgan Gibbs-White. So it was an incredible game. They won the game 3-1. I actually thought Brentford was going to put off more of a fight, which they did, but they missed a couple good chances, and Nottingham Forest were just on their A game yesterday. And yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White was incredible. Had a very, 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 very good performance yesterday. So I just wanted to do a single piece on Morgan Gibbs-White. I think these are the players, these are the sort of players that always go on the mind. Also, because of the teams they play for, they don't get the you know, the news headlines, the big praises, except they do something extraordinary, like score like 4 goals in a game, or like score a hat-trick against like a Chelsea or one of these top teams. That is really the only time you really hear their names really spoken about. So yeah, I just wanted to do this think piece on Morgan Gibbs-White. And if you watched the video to this point, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.